grips, not necessarily a crafty player throwing in tips or roll shots. She takes the big swings.
16 kills, 5 blocks in that win against Louisville. Another point here for Texas.
Serving tough is a massive emphasis for the Longhorns today. Because Arizona State runs a fast offense, they're really only able to do that when they're in system. The best way to knock an opponent out of system is serving really hard.
On the right side, Kyla Presley, redshirt freshman from Laurel, Maryland, averaging just under 2 kills a set, gets the point and the big smile as she comes off the court here in Austin.
There's this 2-setter system playing out for Arizona State. They'll bring off Kyla Presley and bring in a new setter in the back row as well.
Good serve by Ella Lewis for the Sun Devils. Vanderwall kept up. Bumped over. Good job by Arizona State. Got to stay in points for as long as you can against this Texas team that does such a great job themselves of extending points.
Texas is so good in transition because they have one of the best backcourts in the nation. Ramsey Gare and Emma Halter have done a phenomenal job.
This is the 6th match of 2025, the 5th against a top 12 team for Jarrett Elliott and Texas, and the first played here at a sold-out Gregory Gymnasium. It's a great diving play. It looked for sure like it was going to be an ace. Instead, it's a point for the Sun Devils. We talked about that Texas fight. Good fight from Arizona State so far here in the first set.
Arizona State needs to have a lot of fight in this matchup. They've already taken down one number 2 team in the country so far. They're looking to do it again. It would mean more for the Sun Devils, especially without their top point scorer.
That then number 2 team was Penn State in Pittsburgh. Arizona State dropped set 1, but they won in 4. Winning set 4, 31-29, fighting off 2 set points in the 4th. Glover was outstanding in that match, but again, unavailable here today. Good rip by Tori Stafford, National Player of the Week, in addition to the SEC Player of the Week for what happened against Stanford and Louisville. Stafford
is so much fun to watch because she can have crazy shots like that. She turns her right thumb down and can slice it inside almost any block. The angles that she's able to hit are insane.
Another point for Texas. Just to be clear, she received that honor for what she did in large part against Stanford. She's trying to make it back-to-back Player of the Week awards for what she did against Louisville and perhaps what she does here today against Arizona State. Here's Emma Halter. Setting it on the right side and off the block, the kill for Bailey Miller.
Bailey Miller, another player who's really had to step up with Glover out. She's the only true returning starter into the starting lineup for the Sun Devils and has done a really nice job being a steady presence, especially in serve receive for them.
Off the block, sent back. There's Jillian Neal on the right side. It looks like Colby Neal is unavailable today for Arizona State. So Jillian, one half of the Neal sisters contributing, and it looks like perhaps a 5-1 being run by Arizona State today. We'll see how this plays out as this match unfolds.
One other change to Texas's lineup. You have Taylor Harvey, the freshman middle blocker, and Jarrett Elliott says he loves what he sees from her, especially with how quick she is to get off the ground. Really excited to see her in the starting lineup today.
Just getting an update from the Arizona State folks. Colby Neal, ankle injury. We were here yesterday at practice when she rolled it, so unable to go here today. And that has really been a theme for Arizona State this season. They were so healthy the last 2 years, winning 30 games a season ago, but J.J. Van Neal's team has been battling through some injuries this year. Glover and now Colby Neal unavailable for this showdown with second-ranked Texas. Spears winds it up and lets it go for another point.
This is a really difficult situation because now Arizona State has Kyla Presley, who's normally an opposite for them. She has to fill in the middle because Arizona State has no other middles on their roster except Lamagora, who's already in the starting lineup. So expect Texas to go after the middles today a lot.
Kept alive by Stafford. Vanderwall. Great job by Frame to keep it in play. Back over the net by the Sun Devils. Swindle, back row attack. Dug out, kept alive by Arizona State. Stafford goes for a tumble, but she's back on her feet, as are the Texas fans. Point for the Longhorns.
Doesn't matter how you get it done as long as the point falls on the other side. Good up by Stafford back there.
Stafford to Swindle, and getting that start, Taylor Harvey. Her last match before today was against Rice, but as Emily mentioned, on the floor here today against Arizona State.
Harvey, just a phenomenal athlete. Even if that ball isn't in a great window, she's able to get a good swing on it.
Freshman from Salt Lake City. Her sister Jordan was here a week ago with the Stanford Cardinal. It's going to be a violation on Arizona State, and Texas building a little momentum right now. 4-0 run right now for the Longhorns. I think they had a little saved up from yesterday that they were unable to use during the football game, even though it was a win. I think you get my drift on that, how people feel about how the football team's playing right now. Right now they love the way the volleyball team's playing. 5-0 run to go up by 5. Good rip from the left side. Good adjustment by Arizona State to end the run, McKella.
Just listened in to ASU's huddle, and the message was as simple as it gets. Eric and Emily, it was passing, and we've got to serve aggressively to get Texas off the net, or else we won't be able to stay in this thing.
Because Texas runs so many crossing patterns and hitters in different locations, Arizona State has to put an emphasis on that serve and pass battle and making sure that they're knocking Texas out of rhythm to make that offense just a little bit more predictable on the Longhorn side.
Service error for Arizona State. Texas back in front by 5. Anya Kuyundic on the serve for the Longhorns. Good block. Vanderwall at the net for Texas.
Big stuff for the freshman outside. Hands in an awesome position. Watch the finish here for Vanderwall. She brings her hands back into the court, making that ball fall straight down.
Frame got to it. Spears. Swindle couldn't keep it alive, and it falls out of play. Point for Arizona State.
Impressed with Kyla Presley's ability to just adapt to whatever she has to do. She's coming in as an opposite on this team, but forced to play middle today because Colby Neal's out with injury. She hasn't played middle since she was in high school, so it's been a few years for her, but clearly looking pretty natural there, moving laterally. 7
kills last match out against Incarnate Word in an Arizona State sweep. There is Presley. And a point for Bailey Miller. Senior from Quinlan, Texas, who started her career at West Virginia in her second season now with the Sun Devils, really breaking out and stepping into the void left by Glover's absence.
Been massive to have Miller out on the court, especially with that experience in her 4th year of college play.
Saw the numbers against Texas State, followed that up with 15 kills and hit 382 last match out. Frame will set it up to the first row. Point Texas.
Really impressed with Texas outside's ability to rip the cross-court shot, going back to left back on Arizona State's side. Really nice movement getting around the block.
Rella Binney will head back to serve for the Longhorns. Vanderwall has it blocked. There's Presley. Emily just talked about her adjustment here today, and she's played pretty well here in set 1.
And Presley's adjusted phenomenally, getting her hands in awesome positions. Sometimes when you're playing out of position out on the court, you just need to simplify the game a little bit and calm everything down. She's doing a really nice job of that.
So far, Arizona State has outblocked Texas here in set 1, 3-1. Good serve. Halter calls for it. Vanderwall over. On the slide. No touch Point, Texas.
Arizona State doesn't run a lot of slide attacks, meaning the middle's going behind the setter, because they're normally in a two-setter system where they have a right side rather than a middle there. That's something that connection might not be great right away for Arizona State, but they'll try to go back to it throughout this match.
Ramsey Gary, lefty serves it. Good one. Tight at the net, kept up by Arizona State. Faith Frame was there again. Miller rolls it over. Set back. Off the net and out of play. Point, Arizona State.
State's doing a nice job of doing whatever they can to just keep the ball alive on their side. They're forcing Texas into pressure situations, forcing them to try to score a point.
Kahawai has it sent back. Stafford went with the off speed to get the point for Texas.
Tricky play from Tori Stafford, identifying the defense really far back on Arizona State's side. So the tip just right over the block does a really nice job.
Wet on the floor, which is the reason for the delay right now. Emma Halter ready to serve with the Emma Halter cheer happening here at Gregory. Neal had just to poke it over. Stafford a little bit more on this one. Another good save, but Frame got a hand on it, but Jillian Neal couldn't get there. Point for Texas, up by 6.
An awesome up in the backcourt for Tatum Parrott, number 3 in red. Just not enough to continue that transition play, him as a coach.
Out of the Van Neal timeout, Arizona State goes to work. Bailey Miller gets her 3rd kill.
Really good job from Arizona State siding out quickly. That's going to be really important to not let Texas go on too many runs.
Miller to Halter. Stafford finds the opening. 5th kill of the first set for Tori Stafford.
Multiple times now, Tori Stafford is going to the off speeds, tips or roll shots. Those are plays that Arizona State has to pick up because they're theoretically a lot easier than when you got Stafford banging on a ball.
Tori had 20 kills against Louisville, 4 in the 5th set. 5 of her 18 kills against Stanford came in that memorable 5th set a week ago over at the Moody Center. Swindle back on the court, and Spears just couldn't get the timing right. Point, Arizona State.
A good transition opportunity for Texas off of the Ramsey Gary dig. The connection, though, between setter and hitter just not quite there, which you see that a lot with freshmen coming in. It takes a little bit of time to really get those connections down.
Bella Faria comes in to serve, wearing the libero jersey. Stafford got there for the Longhorns. Spears sends it over. Chance here for Arizona State to cut into the deficit. They go to the back row attack, but missing the mark. Point, Texas.
A much better job of Texas picking up those roll shots and tips on their side, but still not able to quite get a good swing off of it.
Did you see that hook-em coaching going on behind the serve from Stafford right there? You got to teach him young here. That's got to be out of play. Arizona State within 5 here in the first set. Jillian Neal good against Texas State. 13 kills in that 5-set win. She's the only one on the current roster who was on that 2023 roster. Give you an idea of the turnaround of the roster for Arizona State. Taylor Harvey drops the hammer. It's set point, Texas. Fittingly, Harvey will go back to serve. 3 kills on 3 swings in the first set. Tried to get an ace to close out the set. Swindle had to let it go.
His offense looking as efficient as ever, hitting over 3.
For this Texas team, Arizona State knocked off Penn State earlier this season when the Nittany Lions were #2 in the country, trying to make it their second win over a second-ranked team. First point of set 2 goes to Kari Spears, her 5th kill of the match. If Arizona State is going to turn things around here in set 2, what has to happen, Emily?
The biggest thing in those setter-hitter connections have to be just a little bit tighter. We saw a lot of miscues, tips and rolls going Texas's way. Arizona State's got to lock it in just a little bit better.
Halter. Texas could not get it over the net, and a point for Arizona State.
It's been really difficult for Arizona State coming in, running a different setter system because they're used to having more players out on the court, frankly, but with so many injuries to their side, they've been forced to kind of adapt and go to different systems that they're not used to.
Bailey Miller had 3 kills in the first set. She serves. Swindle to Harvey, and the block is there. Tell you what, that's one thing that's been very promising for this Arizona State team is the block numbers here through set 1.
The Sun Devils are very physical. They already have 5 blocks just through the first set and 3 points, doing a really nice job controlling that.
Another block for Arizona State. This has been a point of emphasis for J.J. Van Niel, and you have seen a change at the net this year compared to the last 2 years.
The biggest difference is Arizona State is more physical than what we've seen in years past, especially in the middle position. They've got some players that not only put their hands in good spots, but take up a lot of space.
They got hands on that. That'll go out of play, but I just want to finish the thought because when you take a look at their blocks percent last year compared to this year, when you're talking going up by 0.5, that's a big jump, huge jump.
Massive jump for Arizona State, and you see it in those rankings. They're now about 37th in the country as opposed to below 100 last season. That's a huge jump for a team that needs to have good blocking going on in the Big 12.
Lamagora can't find the connection, and it'll be a point for Texas. We're even at 3 here in set number 2. But for Arizona State today, once again playing without Noemi Glover, who averages almost a block and a half a set. Good swing there, and a point for Parrott and Colby Neal, who's at 1.3 blocks a set. So you're missing 2 of your top players when it comes to that, but they're doing a really good job against Texas today, out-blocking the Longhorns 6-1 so far, and up by 1 in the second. Miss hit by Spears, points Arizona State, up by 2.
The connection so far between Alice Swindle and Kari Spears has been a little bit off today. Spears is running a lot of cross patterns, meaning not just in her typical right side spot, which could be a reason why.
A little too much on that one. It'll float long. Service error number 3 for Arizona State. So Faria will head out. Faith Freem will come back on. And here's Tori Stafford to serve. Presley, she's played well here so far against Texas. She gets another point.
And Presley typically an opposite, lining up on the right side, but with injuries forced to play the middle, she's really elevating her game, which is exactly what Arizona State needed to see from her today. 2
kills, a dig, and 2 blocks so far for the redshirt freshman from Laurel, Maryland, who did not play a season ago. Excellent serve there, and a chance here for Arizona State. But Texas with the answer. Spears and Harvey at the net.
Shutting down Arizona State's outsides is a key for Texas because they know all of these players are out. One consistent has been the left side attack. Really great job lining up on that from Spears.
Second team block for the Longhorns. Averaging just under 2.5 blocks a set on the season. Off the hands and out of play. Point Tatum Parrott.
Tatum Parrott does a really nice job moving this ball around. She got shut down the set before. This time takes a little bit off of it to perfectly place it cross court.
Senior from Phoenix, who was at Grand Canyon the last 3 seasons. Number 1 on the all-time kills list in the Lopes Division I era. Somehow, some way, that goes as a point for Texas. Just floated down over the net on Arizona State side.
Nothing more frustrating as a defense, and when that happens to you, really good fake out from Ella Swindle, the setter for Texas, going up, just letting it go right over.
Crafty, the junior from Columbia, Missouri. Swindle with the sets. Vanderwall with the swing and the point.
This is a really good example of Texas and the speed of their offense this season. Even in transition, this ball is placed about 10 feet off the net. Swindle's still forcing tempo, meaning a faster set to her outside. That's not something we've typically seen from Texas in the past.
Spears well off the mark. Service error number 2 for the Longhorns. Ella Lewis will come on to serve for Arizona State. Four ranked wins for Jared Elliott and this Texas program already this season. Stafford tried to keep it up, could not. It's a point for Bailey Miller.
Bailey Miller has been so impressive this year. She added 5 inches to her vertical in the offseason, which is an absolutely insane number. Maybe you add 1 or 2 inches, but 5 is almost unheard of.
Lewis to serve again, the freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. Swindle, center dump. Always have to be ready for that with Ella Swindle. Her 8th kill of the season, and Texas back within 1.
Ella Swindle has gotten more offensive throughout the years for Texas, and it's so important to have her establish herself as an offensive option. It holds the blockers on defense just a little bit longer the next time that ball is tight to the net.
Get an idea, too, standing next to Aiden Ames there, who's 6'4". Ella's 6'3".
Yeah, physical presence up front.
Stafford gets set and puts it down. Texas has tied it here in set 2.
What an up from Emma Halter, the libero for Texas in the back row. Really sneaky dump from the Arizona State setter, but man, Halter's all over that to keep it up.
Blocked out of play, point Arizona State.
Because the Sun Devils' offense is so fast, the right side blocker for Texas has to be up just a little bit sooner to get their hands in a good position.
A sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, Bryn Cavell back to serve for Arizona State. Stafford blocked back, another Arizona State block. Jillian Neal, Ella Lamagora teaming up for the point.
Neal getting her hands in really nice positions, along with Lamagora playing really well right next to each other.
How surprised are you that Arizona State is outblocking Texas by such a large margin here so far?
Well, we've seen Arizona State do it so far this season, but it's difficult when you're going up against the #2 team in the country when you got swings like that. I think State's doing a nice job, though, staying disciplined, not moving until they know where that set is going. What a swing from Kari Spears. This is what makes her really lethal, is they get her going from the back row as well, which is so difficult to stop when she's back there.
Attacking from the left side is Jillian Neal. Dad Steven in attendance today, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots. Unable to see Colby play today, who's out with an ankle injury. So Jillian supplying the highlights for the Neal family today. Taylor Harvey to Jordan Harvey. Hello, Jordan. We know you might be watching your sister playing. She's playing pretty well here, getting on the court for Texas. Taylor with the point. 4 kills on 5 swings so far, just 1 attack error. That is in right on the money from Tatum Parrott. Arizona State's done really well here. Remember, in set one, Texas went on a run, stretched it out to 5, and cruised from there. But anytime Texas has tried to build a little momentum, Arizona State's been able to side out.
The Sun Devils are doing a nice job in serve and pass, knocking Texas out of system while staying in system on the Sun Devils side.
Sent back, Spears at the net for Texas.
Blocks like that are why it's so important to get your opponent out of system, because when a libero's taking the second contact, the blockers are waiting on that ball on the left side. That's an easy shutdown for Spears alongside Harvey.
Now, Harvey got a lot of it as well, so they'll each get credit. They both went up for it. Just a slight miscommunication. Halter and Stafford next to each other. Halter says, my bad.
Yeah, those are plays that Emma Halter has to come scoop in, because that allows Tori Stafford to get back and take a swing on a back row attack.
I mean, that's just what liberos do, right? They take responsibility for mistakes, even if they didn't make the mistake. They're that kind of teammate.
Yeah,
right?
and that kind of leadership is exactly what you need.
That's sitting next to a former libero. You fell right into it perfectly. I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Point for Texas. Taylor Harvey continues to add to her highlight reel today. She's played well. She'll rotate out here with the Longhorns down 1. Swindle did a good job to keep it up. Now she'll send it over. Frame. Well off the net. Rolled over beautifully by Tatum Parrott for the points. And Arizona State is up by 2. That'll get us to immediate timeouts. Down a set, but leading in set 2. Sun Devils giving Texas a battle.
Fooling us. He wanted to see that cleaned up and cleaned up fast.
McKellar will keep an eye out for it. Kept up by Swindle. And then the point for Texas. (15-14) Arizona State. Their largest lead, 2, held several times. They've been unable to stretch it out beyond that. And here is Relabini back to serve for the Longhorns. Off the touch, points for Arizona State. And once again, the Sun Devils are on top by 2.
Arizona State doing a much better job in transition, getting good opportunities to send it outside.
Vinny Vanderwall. Kept alive by Arizona State. They'll have to roll it over. Free ball here for Texas. Off the block. Kahahawai. Point Texas.
Texas is so good when they put in this double substitution. They have Devin Kahawai
coming in alongside Benny. They do such a nice job despite not being in the starting lineup.
Drops in for another Arizona State point. Another 2-point lead for the Sun Devils. In this set, Arizona State is hitting .348, bringing them up to .250 for the match. Point for Aiden Ames.
Texas is their offense actually looks really good right now too. During this set, they're hitting over 300. They just haven't been able to slow down Arizona State's offense.
Emma Halter with the serve. To the right side, Stafford put it up. Stafford gets it back. Point Texas.
As sets go on and continue to stay tight, this is where Tori Stafford absolutely comes alive. Texas knows that they can rely on their two-time All-American outside throughout matches.
Good serve by Halter. And that's going to be off the up official and a point for Arizona State.
I love that Emma Halter still tried to actually play it.
In play. I think it caught one of the conference championship banners up above too, but Emma's going to keep fighting for it. I think Jared Elliott sent Tori Stafford over to talk to our official.
I'm saying, hey, get out of the way, let me play that.
Another big swing by Taylor Harvey, and another tie here in set 2.
Another good middle attack from Harvey. Really dynamic every time she goes up. Also has really good pop on the ball.
We welcome those of you who watched the 5-setter between Baylor and Florida. Eric Freed, Emily Eman, Michaela Chester here. Gregory Gymnasium in Austin, Texas. Second-ranked Texas won set 1, 25-18. They hit 323. Tori Stafford had 5 kills in that opening set, but this has been a very tight second set between the 9th-ranked Sun Devils and the Longhorns. Freshman Kari Spears with the swing, and we are tied again here in set 2. It's been tight throughout, Emily. What's been different here in set 2?
Arizona State got their offense rolling. That was something that the Sun Devils struggled with during set 1. Texas's offense continues to roll, hitting 400 during this set. Arizona State's got to find some defense here late.
Arizona State hitting 370 here in set number 2. They go to Neal on the right side. Stafford keeps it alive. Swindle sends it over. Off the block, kept up. Vanderwall. Kari Spears off the block, and Texas has gone in front here in set 2.
This is what the Longhorns do late in sets. Their defense fuels their offense. Tori Stafford with a massive play in the backcourt to keep this ball alive. Then the front row, Kari Spears does an awesome job taking a big swing in this kind of moment.
Timeout called by Arizona State as Texas has gone in front. Kari Spears hitting 300. She has 10 kills on 20 swings. The freshman from Frisco, Texas, the SEC Freshman of the Week, getting it done here for the Longhorns again.
Kari Spears was struggling to find her connection with Ella Swindle to start off this match, but man, it has improved as the match has gone on, especially right now. Swindle's leading her, meaning she can use that full momentum into the play. It's so difficult to hit 300 during a match with Kari Spears. Her ability to hit different things out on the court, whether it's throwing in a roll shot or a tip, or gaining that better vision to see where the block is and go right off of it.
Last time out on Wednesday in Fort Worth against 4th-ranked Louisville, Texas won in 5 sets. Spears had 16 kills and 5 blocks in that match. Even Stephen A. Smith says he expects her to be the SEC Freshman of the Year, not just the Freshman of the Week. So Stephen A. taking note of what Kari Spears has done. And Texas continues to roll. They're up by 2.
She's looking like a national contender for Freshman of the Year based on the way that she's playing on a top 2 team in the country.
You can see the blocks have turned the Longhorns' way a bit here after a big edge for Arizona State early. Good serve by Stafford, has Arizona State out of system. Now Swindle setting it up for Taylor Harvey. Halter with the set. Vanderwall with the swing. Point Texas. 4-0 run for the Longhorns.
Beautiful set from libero Emma Halter in the backcourt. She sets this ball behind her head to get the outside going. Those are plays that you do in practice all the time. It's rare, though, you see it go out that well in terms of execution in a match.
Arizona State will use their second and final timeout of this second set.
Not something that Arizona State is used to seeing.
Texas 3 points away from going up 2-0. Tori Stafford, the SEC and National Player of the Week, continues to serve. It's another good one. Rolled over, played by Swindle. Halter to Vanderwall. There's the Arizona State block with Kyla Presley at the net to stop the run.
One staple for the Sun Devils has been their block. They've already racked up 8, not even through 2 sets. Their hands have been in awesome positions, and man, Kyla Presley has been phenomenal there, playing out of position.
Jillian Neal serves for Arizona State. Swindle to Spears. Spears at the nets alongside Taylor Harvey with the block.
Spears racking up her 4th block of this match so far. She's doing such a nice job with her footwork, getting her head right on the ball and pushing those hands over.
Taylor Harvey, who came into this match having played in just 2 sets this season, getting to start here today, and she has paid dividends for this Texas team. Setting now, that's pretty tight at the net though. Mistake there. Doesn't hurt Texas yet. Ames tried to spin it over. And it'll be a point for Arizona State. Sloppy play by Texas after playing pretty clean volleyball over the last several points.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many misconnects like that, but 2 within 1 rally is not consistent with what we've seen from the Longhorns so far this season, but at an inopportune time.
Tatum Parrott serves. Swindle to Ames. Good rip and a kill for Arizona State. Bailey Miller and the Sun Devils fighting back here in set 2.
Expect a lot of balls to go to the left side on Arizona State's side. Those are the go-to attackers here with some players injured.
First match of the season here at Gregory Gym. The season at Gregory is sold out, by the way. They are packed in here, 4,000 strong. Trying to help Texas take control here in this match. Arizona State has other ideas, though. They've come back to tie it up. Our 8th tie of this entertaining second set.
Arizona State's outsides continuing to take big swings because they know tips are not going to get it done this late in the set.
That's going to sail long. Service error, Arizona State. That ends the 3-0 run. It gives Texas a set point and gives this crowd a chance to get loud. Arizona State says, not so fast. You have to win by 2. We're even at 24.
Bailey Miller really coming alive for the Sun Devils right now. Expect almost every set to go out her way. She's got the hot hand.
Ella Lewis, the Texan, back to serve for Arizona State. Excellent serve. Swindle tried to keep it away from the net. I don't think she did, and it is set point Arizona State.
The tough error on Texas's side. A double contact that goes over the net. Those are the errors that you can't have this late.
Yeah, so the double contact is called. Freshman Ella Lewis to serve again. This time serving for the set. Effective timeout for Texas. Service error, Arizona State. We're tied at 25.
And that's twice within the last 5 points of the set that we've seen Arizona State service errors. The ball's got to be in the court in these moments. And that'll bring Tori Stafford, the star for Texas, back to the front court.
That drops down. Point Arizona State. Set point number 2 coming for the Sun Devils.
Arizona State also back to a good rotation with Lamagora, the starting middle in. You have Jillian Neal on the right side, and then the hot hand, Bailey Miller, on the left side, who's provided a lot of production for the Sun Devils so far today.
See if they go to Miller, number 22, here on set point number 2. Cavell. Swindle looking for the back row attack. How about that from Texas? Feed the freshman with the set on the line. Tied at 26 now.
Getting Kari Spears going in this moment just shows how much trust Ella Swindle has in her as a freshman to get that kill.
Emma Halter with the serve. Little out of sync for Arizona State, and it is set point number 2 for Texas. To the middle, and Arizona State fights off the set point. The swing by Lamagora.
Arizona State's passers coming up big in that kind of moment, putting the ball right on top of the setter to get Lamagora that swing.
Bailey Miller now back to serve for the Sun Devils. To Halter. Swindle. Another attack from Kari Spears. Another kill for Spears. She's got 12, and it's another set point, Texas.
And that'll bring Kari Spears back to the front court, so Texas has the options of Tori Stafford and Spears up front right now.
Up there along with Taylor Harvey. Here's Swindle serving for the set. Arizona State trying to get organized. Tough at the net. Frame kept it alive, and that is in. That did not look like it was going to end well for the Sun Devils, but all's well that ends well. Point Arizona State.
In these moments, sometimes it's just about calming the chaos on your side. Lamagora taking one of the most impressive swings that we've seen from a middle today.
13th tie of set 2. The tie doesn't last very long. Taylor Harvey with another kill. That gives her 6, and it gives Texas set point number 4.
Ella Swindle going to another rookie, the redshirt freshman, to bring up another set point.
Tori described Kari as her little sister.
Little sister played pretty big there in set number 2. Set 3 is underway. Ella Swindle would love to have that one back on the overpass. Miss hit it, point Arizona State. Okay, bounce back time for the Sun Devils. Did a lot of good things there in set 2. Had Texas on the ropes. What's the next step for them here in set 3 to get a set here?
Arizona State got their offense going. That's what kept them in that set. The biggest thing, though, Arizona State has to do a better job of digging balls in the backcourt because their block is working really hard to get touches.
It's going to be a net violation on Arizona State, so a point goes to Texas. J.J. Van Niel's team hit 326 in set 2, but Texas hit 368 in the set. Now, the net, Harvey there on the block. Back row attack, Spears. Trying to roll it over, but mishitting it is Bailey Miller. Point Texas.
Arizona State needs to play as physical as they can. That means the front court needs to play aggressive. No more tips and rolls. They have to find a way to knock Texas out of their rhythm. That's only going to come from hard hit shots.
Neal had to adjust, and Texas is saying, we did not touch it. So Jared Elliott looks at his team, says, I'll go get the challenge card. It worked out well at the official call into the arena so the crowd could hear it, but here it's just to you at home and to us, so we feel like we get this information a little earlier.
A little special,
yes.
You know?
Early access. That's over the net. Swindle will send it back. Halter. Stafford just rolls it over. Tori Stafford now up to 9 kills, hitting over 400. And it's a 4-0 run for Texas.
Tori Stafford has been really crafty today, mixing up her shots well, sometimes going with power, but also pulling back the string at times.
Halter's done a nice job with the serve here today, putting pressure on Arizona State. Free ball for the Longhorns. Swindle looks for the kill and gets another one. 5-0 run, and it's getting away from Arizona State quickly here in set number 3.
Ella Swindle has been so intentional whenever she's going up and taking the ball over on 2, making sure to not do it too often, but doing it at the right time.
Halter grabs the tape, gets the ace. 6-1 Longhorns.
And this is where JJ Van Niel cannot let this set slip away too much. They got to pause momentum, and a timeout will come.
His daughters. Big swing from Kari Spears. Point Texas.
Arizona State has had absolutely no answer for Kari Spears in the back row. Swindle's putting her in awesome positions to unload on these plays.
Kari coming off a career-high 16 kills in Arizona State, playing without their top player, Noemi Glover, missing a 5th straight match. Swindle defensively got it up and kept it alive for Texas.
Playing loose, free. This is how Texas is playing right now. Everyone from the backcourt to the front. Swindle taking one off the face and still gets it up.
Something Jared Elliott talked about from last year to this year. Remember, Texas won 20 matches last year, lost to Creighton in the regional at Penn State. That's going to be out point for Arizona State. He said they needed to get better in the backcourt, better with their passing. And you have to say those are 2 areas that have really looked much improved for this Texas team.
And the biggest strength right now for Texas has been their defense, both in the front, but especially the backcourt. When they added Ramsey Gary, the libero for Indiana, for the past 2 seasons, they've been phenomenal back there, between defense and passing.
That is going to be touched out of play. Arizona State gets the point. McKella.
Yeah, Eric, heard you talking about Ramsey and Ella. Texas quickly becoming known for its backcourt defense. It certainly wasn't a secret they would be competing for that libero jersey this season, but head coach Jared Elliott said there's not 1 ounce of animosity. They had early conversations in the spring about how they can support each other, because reality is only one would get the jersey. They spent a lot of time together on and off the court and invest in caring about one another, and it's working, as we could see.
You can absolutely see it out on the court when either Ramsey or Emma makes a massive play back there. They are so happy for each other, which sometimes that can be detrimental to a team if they're not.
That's out of play, point for Texas. Well, when you come to Texas, Emma Halter knows it. You come here to play for and win national championships. She's won 2 national championships. She knows that feeling. So whatever it takes, and that's what we've seen, and you've talked about it, and McKella just talked about it, putting aside your ego, putting aside what you think is yours for the good of the team. And it's paid off so far, so good for Texas. Some big wins. Halter, that's what she does so well. Crowd loves it here. Contact with the net. That's going to be a point for Texas. Give Emma Halter the gold star on that play.
Halter is so fun to watch in the backcourt. This is what she does best, just flying around for plays, does whatever it takes, sacrificing her body to keep the ball alive.
Off the touch, the point for Jillian Neal and Arizona State.
Now Arizona State's going to need a big push with Neal on the end line, something at this point in the set to not let this slip too far away.
That snapped a 3-0 run for the Longhorns, and Jillian will head back to serve. Led the team in aces a season ago with 36. Could use one here. Good aggressive serve, and she's got an ace.
That's a momentum that Arizona State needed, putting pressure on Texas's serve receive.
First ace today for Arizona State as a team.
Texas has been doing an awesome job siding out at nearly 80%. Normally you want that number around 55%.
Arizona State's at 60%, but Texas well above that number. That's off of Arizona State, and a point for Texas.
The key to siding out really fast is getting that good first touch and serve receive, getting the ball up to your setter so you can run a really efficient offense. That's something Texas has done a really nice job of today with the first touch.
Mila Ribeiro will come on for Arizona State. Kuyundich back to serve for the Longhorns. Stafford, good hustle to get there. Vanderwall, set up by Frame. Just finding the spot perfectly. Arizona State getting the point.
It's a really
within 5.
Yeah, really high IQ play from Bailey Miller. Coming out of the back row, when you see 2 blockers up, that means there's a big space wherever that blocker came from. She just threw the ball right there.
Tatum Parrott. Swindle. Spears. Point Texas.
That's Kari Spears' power shot through the cross court. If the block isn't there in time, which in this case it absolutely wasn't, she can rip it right to the sideline.
That's perfect Texas volleyball right there, right? Stafford with the great pass, Swindle with the set, and Spears with her 15th kill on her 30th swing. Texas got hands on it. Halter, Vanderwall, off hands. Point Texas.
Abby Vanderwall playing really confident up front, just a freshman on the outside. Those are plays you don't see often from freshmen, seeing where the blockers are and going right off of it.
Sent back by the Longhorns. Up by 8, looking for the sweep. Largest lead of the match for Texas as Rella Binney goes back to serve. Texas there waiting for that attack. They get reset, but this time it works for Bailey Miller. 13th kill for Miller.
The reason that Texas throws in Rella Binney and Devin Kahahawai here is to provide a bigger block on the right side, knowing that Arizona State wants to go to their left sides in these rotations.
On the slide, Ames caught the court, point for Texas.
Seen a ton of production from Aiden Ames so far tonight, but she's been effective whenever the ball has been in her hands. 4 kills on 6 swings, hitting 500 right now.
Bottom dropped out of that serve by Gary. Arizona State did well to keep it alive. And at the net, Lamagora with the block for Arizona State.
Arizona State's blockers, especially in the middle, have done a really nice job today taking control of the net and forcing Texas to go pin to pin.
Sun Devils have outblocked the Longhorns by 3, but they're down 2-0. Good serve, it'll be an ace for the Sun Devils. Second of the set for Arizona State.
Second of the match as well, doing a nice job putting more service pressure here in set 3, but they're going to need a lot more of it.
Faith Frame, great job. Keep it alive for Arizona State. Stafford steps into it. Off the touch, point Texas.
Awesome up on Arizona State side from the libero, Faith Frame. Texas, though, going to continue to go to Tori Stafford, who is swinging away at these plays. And check out that up, just knocking her over. That's how hard that ball is coming from Kahahawai.
On the quick attack, Bailey Miller gets another kill. Team high 14th for the senior. Taylor Harvey with another kill. That's 7 on 10 swings for the freshman.
Beautiful angle from Taylor Harvey. She hangs up there for so long and is so fast to get on top of the ball.
Parrott floats it over. Halter goes to Spears. Texas has another point, up 19-11.
Spears has been so good this match, and what I really like about the way that she's swinging is she's continuing to go high. Spears isn't trying to hit this ball straight down in the middle of the court. She's continuing to swing for the back third.
Ella Swindle back to serve for Texas, looking to improve to 6-0 on the season. Set back for Spears. Another kill for Kari Spears. That's a new career high. 17 kills for the freshman from Frisco.
She's only been playing this position on the right side for about a month, too. As this year has gone on throughout the season, she's done such a good job adjusting to that position so well.
16 against Louisville, hit 237, 17 today, hitting 375. And
we don't normally see from them younger players on the court for the past few seasons. This is really the first time we're seeing this many freshmen on the court, and they've delivered.
Spears tried to add to her total. Neal off hands, and a point for Arizona State. 6th kill for Jillian. I'll get Kyla Presley back onto the court. Piper Rama, sophomore from Phoenix, will step onto the court and serve. Longhorns 4 points away from a sweep. Vanderwall will come back on.
You got that all freshman front line right now on Texas side.
That drops in, the kill for Tatum Parrott. She has 11 for the match.
This is going to be a rotation with Arizona State setter coming back to the front row. Look for Texas to exploit that on the block.
Jillian Neal with the serve. Halter to Vanderwall. On the overpass, a chance here for Swindle. She goes to Harvey, who comes through again. 8 kills on 11 swings, just 1 error for the freshman from Salt Lake City.
Worth noting that Taylor Harvey is getting her first start of this entire year, and it's not because Nia Button wasn't doing a good job, but Jared Elliott said Taylor Harvey has tested her so much that she deserved to start a match.
That move is paid off for Texas today, part of this big Texas lead. Parrott cuts into the deficit a little bit to make it 22-14 here in the third set. Harvey and Halter will come back on for the Longhorns.
And those minor switches that we see on Texas' side really also just shows how deep this Texas team is despite being so young.
Setter looked for the dump. Now it's rolled over by Miller. Halter to Vanderwall. Point Texas. Add another one to the freshman total today.
And all these freshmen out on the court for the Longhorns, none of them play like it. They play like they're much older than what we normally see. High IQ plays all around.
Texas 2 points away from a sweep. Whitney Launstein is on the court. Here's Whitney. Good to see her on the floor. Kari Spears back to serve. 17 kills, 4 blocks for the freshman today. Presley finds a way to get it to drop down for a point for Arizona State. So after 3 matches in Texas, Arizona State will head home. They'll host Pepperdine on Friday. Their Big 12 opener is right around the corner, September 26th. Less than 2 weeks away, they'll be at Kansas. Tough to take on Texas at any time, but when you're without 2 of your top players and you're playing at Gregory Gym in this atmosphere, in front of this crowd, 4,392 on their feet here in Austin. Match point for Texas. Swindle goes to Stafford. Undefeated with a sweep of 9th-ranked Arizona State.